Anything else to say?
Never trust a skinny chef.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine purchased this engine from another friend. It's a lot of nice stuff. This engine's got a lot of nice parts in it. We're going to freshen it. More than likely, it'll probably end up going into a vehicle or possibly for sale. But I had to see what was in it first to kind of make a judgment call of what we needed to do with it. Pulling apart this engine, it's an older unit. I'm not going to say the shop that built it. There's no point in throwing any shade anywhere. Just kind of some abnormalities I've seen pulling it apart. This piston here, you can actually see where it was lightly touching the cylinder head. You can see, it's hard to see in the picture here, but you can kind of see where the bearing is crushed. I'll measure it later to see, but more than likely they had either a collapsed piston, which it's looking like this one's collapsed, or a lot of piston wall clearance slip and the piston kind of moved around in the bore. We'll kind of see what's going on there. Some guys will call it detonation, but I mean, you got to look for witness marks on something like this. Wasn't detonation. The bearings, this engine didn't have many, had a couple of dyno pulls on it, and I think a handful of passes, and it was bearing wise or kind of in rough shape. We'll keep looking at it, but this bearing here is showing that abnormal wear as well. It's kind of neat, the technology, how it's changed. This oil pump is actually cast iron. When they put bolts in, they used what they had available at the time. So I'm gonna have to weld this bolt out, but yeah, it's a nice unit. Has a comp star crank. I believe at the time these comp stars were made in the US. They aren't anymore. Has a manly rod in it. These are a Wiseco piston, which Wiseco, if you look at them today, are almost identical to this. I have a friend that works at another shop that actually designed these. I'll call him and ask him about them later and kind of see what they are. They didn't hone it correctly. Most likely they didn't stroke out the bottom of the bore enough. I'll look and see, but most likely they didn't stroke out the bottom of the bore. It could be the taper of the piston as well. But I bet you when they honed it, they didn't. Yeah, you can see it on the bottom of the bores. See the little shiny spot. There's moisture that was sitting in this block. It can happen from just sitting. A little bit was sitting on top of this piston and it eroded into the block pretty good. I gotta see if it'll clean or if we have to go to the next bore size. We'll kind of check that out from there. Big thing I like to check when I'm pulling apart an engine is how the crank spins. You're looking for a tight spot in the crank. There is none, so that means the line bore is good. Or the bearings are really roasted. This is like OG Gen 1. Oh, it was a Rollmaster. You're still in business today, had you get work. It's really skeletonized and lightweight. I'm curious what the cam is. I have a feeling it's going to be like a solid of some sort. So we're going to have a Tech Tip Tuesday. When you're doing a cam swap in a car, a lot of guys have a problem getting camshaft out, let's stick a screwdriver in it or whatnot. I got something really simple. You have to take your water pump off to get to the cam. Take your water pump bolts, throw them in a little bit. Voila, you have a handle for your cam. Simple. A lot of people have done it over the years. Just it makes it really easy to control it. Custom cut. I don't know what it is. It's a 114 plus 4, but be a big bitch. You can tell because the base circle's cut way close to the cam. Got a lot of spring pressure. You can see quite a bit of wear up in the front, like cam bearing there.